Hello and welcome to Sik'ar Reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Carlos Torano Exodus Gold 1959. And I think I've had the 50 year. I don't think I've had the non-50 year. I don't know the difference between the two. This is a Habana 2000 wrapper with a Dominican, Honduran, Mexican, Nicaraguan, and Costa Rican long filler. This is a 6x50 Toro box press. That's all the information I have on that. No binder information or anything like that. This is a well-aged cigar, if I can show you here. This wrapper is kind of yellow. It's not as see-through as it used to be. This is thanks to Johnny Sticks that I get to enjoy this and bring you this review. So, very nice. I said that was a Cameroon wrapper, right? I am so dense this morning. No, it's a Habano 2000 wrapper. But it's a very beautiful wrapper. You can see a little crinkle there where there's like a ripple and then the vein. But otherwise, it's very pleasing looking, and that was an electrical truck that drove past. So, kind of a cocoa hay, which is not bad. This kind of sounds really dry, unlike yesterday's, which was really moist. So, now, I thought I'd mention something. It struck me yesterday. Although I do this, you can't tell how much pressure I'm putting on this. Let's put it this way. I'm not squeezing at all. In fact, I am just gently holding and rolling. There is no squeezing. Maybe just a little bit of squeeze, but it's not like you're trying to grip something or whatever. You're just kind of rolling it, really. I think just naturally rolling it would give you the same feeling. I don't want anybody sitting there trying to do it and snap their cigar or something. Dry puff on this is kind of cedary. So, I'm going to go ahead and... It's not that windy today. Come on. This lighter's become temperamental of late. But I still enjoy it quite a bit, particularly for lighting. For some reason, I always pick up trucks with a haul. Makes me think he doesn't want to be at the park when he does things like that. First taste is nearly flavorless, but it has a finish to it. The finish is a bit of, I want to say, woodsy. And it's not even supposed to be windy today. We're supposed to have wind speeds of about 1 mile per hour. And it feels more like it's 8 or 9, looking at the flags. That's the problem with living in a valley. The meteorologists don't seem to usually be in the valley, so they don't seem to understand the valley. I'm glad he didn't see that one. So, light cocoa taste. Maybe some salt. It's kind of hard to put my finger on all the flavors here. Anyways, I'll get to the halfway point and let you know how this progresses. Hello, welcome to the halfway point. Is Carlos Torano Exodus Gold 1959. And I can never remember whether the gold goes first or the gold goes second. But the gold goes. So anyways, wonderful finish to this. Good smoke output. Very light flavors in this, but the flavors that are there are they're enticing. You got some oak, a little bit of cedar, but they're all faint. None of them just want to be the star of the show. Instead, they're more willing to work together and just blend. And I think the flavors in this so far are pretty decent. Especially if you like the milder bodied cigars. There has been some pepper that even comes into the show here and twists about a bit. It's very good. It's like a well-written poem so far. So I will get to the final third of this, and I realized yesterday I said that I'd get to the final half when I was at the halfway point. So today I definitely will make sure that I don't have two halfway points. I'm going to get to the final third. So see you shortly. So this is going to be a little interesting. I've decided to do a fourth part. Just a brief update. I wanted to let you know that I've only had one ash fall off so far. It was about 1/3 of the way in, and it was one big chunk of ash, and now I'm getting close to the second third being done, and another big chunk of ash, but it hasn't fallen yet. And let's see. The other thing I wanted to mention was that this is burnt nearly flawlessly, even though it's been very windy. When I started this video, I said it was supposed to be 1 mile per hour winds today, and instead it feels like it's 7 to 10 miles. We actually have a sign across the street over at one of the, it's like John Deere or something, Washington Tractor or something. Anyways, it's got the weather on there, and it says 10 mile per hour winds. So that's a lot more than it was supposed to be today. And yesterday was only 7 mile per hour winds, and I was having a major tunneling problem. Not tunneling, but canoeing, hangnails, whatever. It was about half the cigar didn't want to burn on one side. That is why I do the crinkle test when I roll it between my fingers slightly. As I said at the beginning of this one, it had some cracking in it, and I thought it was kind of dry. It's been absolutely perfect for the wind because it's burning evenly because the cigar is dry, whereas yesterday's there was no crinkle sound to it, which meant that it was moist. And it had a good humidity inside, probably too much. And therefore part of the wrapper was too moist and didn't want to burn because the wind was cooling off the cigar on one side. And it was always the same side, so there was more moisture on that side of the cigar as well. It really does depend. If you're thinking about having a cigar outside, you really probably should roll it between your fingers first and see if it sounds like it's dry enough. It's hard to describe. As I said, you put no pressure on it. It's almost no more than holding your cigar, but you just roll it between your thumb and forefinger. And when you listen, you'll hear kind of like what sounds like breaking tobacco, just slightly, little light cracks. But if it's too moist, you won't hear anything. And so I thought I'd bring that up. Just the fact that this is literally burnt on a razor outdoors in stronger winds than I had yesterday. Incredible finish on this cigar. Anyways, I'll see you when I get to the final third. Hello, welcome back to the final third of this Exodus Gold 1959 from Carlos Torano. and it has been stacking dimes the entire day. This is only the third ash. The first two fell off in very large chunks, about that long. Yay long. About 1/3, slightly more than a third, and then, well, I've got this one going. So, if you're a fan of your ash holding on, this does a pretty good job. Can't complain about that. It's burn on a razor, even in the wind. Again, the little blurb I told you about the dryness factor, checking that actually helps. But as for the flavors, in the end here, kind of getting a little bit of pepper, not too much. Some leather notes, along with some woodsy and cedar notes. Still very, don't want to say extreme mildness, but because it's kind of picking up in strength, but it's been mild throughout the whole cigar with lots and lots of flavor. Quite a few that just aren't distinct enough to put a name on. But overall, it's been magnificent throughout this whole cigar. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and there's a reason why a lot of people do like this cigar. It's a very, very good cigar. And even for a box press, it's burn on a razor in the wind. Compared to yesterday's, big difference between this and the Rocky Patel Signature Series that was overly moist. I've referenced that a lot, this one, because this is just the polar opposite, and how it felt, and the wind conditions are similar. I have the wind blocked off a little better today too. Yesterday I know you could hear it in the video on the Signature Series, because I watched part of the video. Today I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I'm trying to shade that so that you don't. Oh, this has a nice finish to it. So, anyways, with all that said, I give this a recommendation. So please add and subscribe, leave questions, comments, feedback, suggestions. If you've smoked this, please give your opinions, whether you agree or disagree. Just try to keep it nice is all I ask, and enjoy every